Hello, Peeps. Welcome back. Today we're joined by another special guest.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Hughes. Today, we'll talk a bit about co-curricular activities and the significance of these in AISB.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, to get started, we would like to talk a bit about what the school offers, especially now that we're online and, looking forward to maybe having the whole school back.
Oh, good question. I think, we're really fortunate that we've been able to offer loads of different activities throughout this pandemic. I was really concerned in May time last year that we weren't really able to offer a whole lot, and the focus really was on, that curriculum time in the classroom. But we heard what you had to say, students and parents had to say, that you want to be involved in activities, and we were able to offer over 85 activities this year, from cooking to 3D design and chess. It's been a lot of different activities, some that we weren't able to offer, obviously, which we wish we could, but we've made the best of a bad situation.
I'm really glad to hear that. And just adding on to the question, how have you witnessed the co-curricular scene changing over the past year?
Great question. What I have seen change is a real focus on recreational activities. So we've not offered many, I've not offered any sports really, or the only competitive activities that we've really been able to offer have been speech and debate. So what we've seen is just this real push to, what is your passion? What do you want to get involved in? And we've listened to what students want to be involved in. We've had 23 or 24 students that have stepped up to lead activities that they're passionate about. That's been really refreshing, just to have a focus on what people are passionate about, both teachers and students.
We're glad that the community has adapted and stepped up in some cases. Well, to add on to that and maybe go a bit further, what are some skills or characteristics you've seen from either students or athletes or perhaps even teachers that they've gained from these co-curricular activities?
We have an incredible number of awesome bakers and cookers, chefs, budding chefs. We have huge numbers, 50 odd students that signed up for baking, another 30 or 40 for cooking. Who knew that was so popular? So that would be one, and that's made me really excited to want to carry that on beyond all of this. Other skills, I would say resilience, in terms of just, I'm in awe of how you lot are handling this, students, I think, and that's not directly linked to the CCAs, but just should be noted. And just seeing the wide range of skills that, the wide range of activities, and having students not afraid to say, hey, I'd like to have a go at running this, or hey, can you offer this, has been really refreshing. So rather than us going, here's the sports you're doing this season and here's the activities, take your pick, it's become more of this is what we want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really important that you re-invoke this. And how would you think that these different activities also promote a healthy and balanced life in these situations?
I think that those students that are stepping into the Wednesday activities are really excited about that day and about that activity. It's a chance to connect with a different teacher that they might not see in the, for classes. It's a chance for them to connect with peers or friends that they might not get to spend time with in a pod. So that's been some real value that I've noticed from it. Can you just repeat the question again for me just slightly, Christina, because I know I'm not answering it directly.
Oh no, it is that also how it promotes like a healthy and balanced life, how...
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, again, we need to acknowledge really healthy and balanced. We'd love to see some sports in there or opportunities for students to engage in outdoor activities. So that should be acknowledged. But yeah, just the chance that people can, connect with their friends. We're learning how important that is. And just having some time away from, your day-to-day curriculum is also important, a bit of escapism. So I think that's important.
Yeah.
You mentioned some activities outdoors. Now that it's getting warmer, can we see more of those being offered or encouraged?
Yes, definitely. We are looking at ways we can start to bring more activities on campus. As soon as we're able to do this, we will. The weather turning is really going to help us for that. And, especially now as 11th and 12th graders are able to mix across the whole year, we can look to offer things for them more widely. So, yeah, we're kind of being reactive to the situation. So whatever we're allowed to offer, we just, we'll look to offer it as soon as we're able to. So, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get outside and have some fun at some point all together, right?
Yeah, that's a dream, and I hope that really gets put into action. What tends to be the best skill that students develop in the MYP through co-curricular activities that you've seen?
I wouldn't say that there's one particular skill that they learn through it. I think what we do really well here as a school is just to find that balance of co-curricular activities. So there's so many leadership opportunities that we're able to offer nowadays that we weren't 4 or 5 years ago. There's opportunities for students to jump into the councils and lead from those. The service learning opportunities now are increasing, and you're gaining leadership opportunities through those. But equally, and the coaching opportunities as well. But equally, I would say that the skills that people are learning in those councils and in those service groups, they're able to transfer back into the classroom. And the skills that you're learning in the classrooms, you're able to bring into your co-curricular activities. And I wouldn't say that you'd learn one in the co-curriculars or in the curriculars, but they blend really well. And so, yeah, that would be my answer to that.
Yeah, they seem to be very cooperative to some extent. You also mentioned leadership a bunch of times. How do you think that makes an MYP student a better student?
Do you think it makes them a better student?
I think leadership is a very great skill that we can all benefit from. And whether that is us practicing it or seeing someone who is a good leader, I think it changes our approach to a lot of things. And yeah.
That's a brilliant answer. I couldn't have answered it better than that, Maria. That's superb. And what we're trying to do with providing you with all the leadership opportunities is to get you real authentic experiences of leading. We're not just asking you to just go and lead that. It's genuine. You have an opportunity to fail many times, in a pretty safe spot, and failing is good. Any leader or exceptional leaders will tell you that, because that's when you really learn how to lead if you're a reflective leader. So opportunities to fail is good. Opportunities to be organizing small groups of people is really good. opportunities to be slightly uncomfortable at having to talk in front of others, maybe telling your peers that they didn't do such a good job there, and they need to help support us in different ways. And how do you frame that conversation? There's so many skills that you can learn, and doing it here inside school, so that when you're 19, 20, 21, and even beyond that, 23, 24, and you're going into those first opportunities at working, and you're tasked with leading a team, well, you've had genuine experience of that, and that really supports you going forward.
Yeah, that's true. Exceptionally, I also think that we need to promote this a lot more and challenge people to think that way as well. What are some ways that you believe, looking forward, the school system should adapt and change learning to make co-curricular activities more of a focal point for educational system?
I mean, honestly, I think that if we could take a really good look at this schedule, we've done that this year, and with having this Wednesday piece where students have had opportunities to do co-curricular activities within the day has been really of massive benefit to students, to teachers, to all of us. So I think that would, Maria, are you smiling because you can hear my cat?
Just a little bit.
Yeah. That's the big one. I think if we can provide opportunities in the day for authentic co-curricular activities, I think that would be huge. And it wouldn't, if we get back to normal, we say that, don't we, the next whatever phase of life we go into, there's so much more that could grow out of it, out of the Wednesday piece. So rather than it just being recreational activities, we could introduce outdoor education opportunities in there. We could introduce internship opportunities where students are going off and having real, genuine work experience. And plenty more sports opportunities on those days as well, and team building activities, and maybe little trips into the city to go and do cultural activities. So I think if you can find time for that and find space for it, then that would be really powerful.
Yeah.
I think we both agreed that co-curricular activities really make an MYP student unique and special, and it makes you stand out from the crowd a lot of times. So I guess to end, the last question would be, what's one thing that you would recommend, or one activity that you would recommend to a student?
That is an awesome question, and I would recommend the activity that you try next to be something that you haven't done before. So don't be comfortable doing baking 5 times in a year. Find something, try 3D design, try chess, try the gaming community, try all these different things. Because do you remember when you were younger playing a game called Guess Who, where all those people would be up in front of you and you had to ask, do they have orange hair? Do they have glasses? And you would knock the pieces down. I often think it's amazing if you can, as students, find out, oh, I like that, so I'll keep it up, or, oh, I didn't quite like that, and you knock the pieces down. So the more opportunities you try, the more things you realize, oh, I didn't quite like that, but oh, I did quite like 3D design. I didn't think I would. So that would be my top tip. Try something you've never tried before.
Yeah, that speaks volumes. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Yu. That was amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to talk with you both.
Thank you. So just to do a little recap, I think one of the most important things that was said was that you should go out and try something new, and just, we're living through a weird time. our routines are changing, things are unpredictable. So why not just, add a little bit more of unpredictability to your life and try something new? And you never know. It might just be that one thing that makes this whole year better for you, or it gives you something new to look forward to. What about you, Christina?
Exactly, that's so true. And I think what Mr. Hughes also really emphasized is that we should take most of what the Wednesday new schedules give us, and that is, yeah, really jumping into things that we wouldn't usually be comfortable with. And who knows, maybe these times will also give us the opportunity to learn new aspects of academics, and yeah, maybe even have time for internships, or yeah, learning more things in the outdoors. And exactly.
Yeah, sounds good. We would like to thank Mr. Hughes again for joining us, and
Yeah.
also wish you peeps a nice day. Bye.
Bye.